I didn't grow up in a household that let me know I could be a productive member of society, per se. My parents were drug dealers, and all my life I wanted to be a police officer. So when you have parents who are drug dealers, that lifestyle doesn't tell you it's okay to be a police officer. Early on, I experienced a lot of childhood trauma, but I had an aunt who modeled everything to me of what the American dream looked like. She had the husband, the white picket fence, the 3 kids, the businesses owned, and the environment I grew up in as a child didn't provide me those things. So being able to see both sides of it, I knew that I had hope to be better. But then in 2016, my aunt lost her child to violence. And she was the model of a happy family, of what a family should look like. So seeing her lose her child was painful because they did everything right. They did everything right. Like, how do you go from doing everything right to losing your child to violence when you didn't raise your child in a violent environment? Or when you raised your child the right way? After that, it kind of propelled me into an area where I knew that pain could be utilized for purpose. It put me to a place where I wanted to give back to my community. I lost my mom in 2012, and that's when I hit the wall because I realized then that I was angry. I had to forgive her because she didn't know I needed the things she didn't give me because she didn't have them herself as a child. In June of 2013, my cousin was murdered here in Columbus on Myrtle Avenue. So in October of 2020, I seen Mothers of Murdered Columbus Children put up that they were having a community activity. So I reached out and was like, okay, I want to volunteer. I need to get involved. I think we always asked ourselves, how do we get involved? And I think you just step out there, and that's how I felt about it at that time. So now I choose to get involved in my community because the problem is bigger than me. And I think a lot of the stuff that's going on right now in our communities, our children are seeing modeled behaviors. And we have our younger generation processing death daily. These are traumatic experiences for our kids. Our kids are now desensitized to death because it's just something that, quote unquote, happens. The CARE Coalition is doing some amazing things in the community. The services and stuff that they're offering for families and for people who have experienced violence and trauma. I think society dismisses the definition of trauma. I think we get in survival mode sometimes as individuals and go through life sweeping stuff under the rug because life doesn't stop because we went through a traumatic experience. I would encourage any and everybody to get involved because it takes a joint effort to combat the violence in our communities.